Welcome to the Potomac and Chesapeake Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. Here are a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the question and answer button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many different sessions happening, so make sure you go and take a look at some of the other ones. This presentation is being recorded and will be available in about a week at strivescan.com/PCACAC. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. So first up, I'd like to turn it over to Northern Arizona University.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here today. Let me share my screen here real quick. Perfect. Hopefully you are all seeing my presentation. My name is Erin Murrock and I'm an admissions officer here at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. I'm especially excited to be here with all of you today as I am from Frederick, Maryland. So definitely very familiar with this area, but excited to share my passion with Northern Arizona University with you all today. With that, I'm going to jump in because we've got a few things to cover here. So a little bit about Flagstaff. If you're like me, you probably thought Arizona is hot and beige, which is accurate for about 90% of the state. But in Flagstaff, we actually have a pretty unique environment thanks to our elevation at 7,000 feet. With that, we actually experience all 4 seasons here in Flagstaff, getting more snow than Denver, Colorado, and more sun than Miami, Florida. If the snow scares you, don't worry. It melts pretty quickly and it's still really easy to get around town. And then we've also got Snow Bowl in town, which is a ski resort just about 20 minutes from campus. So really easy to get out, enjoy that winter weather while we have it on that ski resort or maybe snowshoeing around town. And then, like I said, no days over 100 in the summer. Our hottest temperature is usually around 85 degrees with no humidity. So just really beautiful weather year round. And of course, makes it really nice to get out and about and explore our surroundings. We are actually the closest university to the Grand Canyon. So if you've ever visited the Grand Canyon, chances are you've been in Flagstaff. If you haven't visited the Grand Canyon, this is a great excuse to come visit and see NAU in the process. We're just about 90 minutes or an hour and a half from the Grand Canyon. So really, really easy day trip for us. We've also got Sedona, the beautiful Red Rocks, just about 40 minutes. So another tourist town and a huge attraction just less than an hour away from campus. We've also got some beautiful attractions in town like the Flagstaff Urban Trail System. That's about 50 miles of trails connecting campus to the community, going to beautiful areas like Buffalo Park here. And we have 13 other national parks and monuments within a 3-hour drive. So really easy to get out and about and explore some of those incredible outdoor opportunities or hang out in our downtown Flagstaff area, maybe our Museum of Northern Arizona, which is a huge cultural hub. The town of Flagstaff isn't too big. We're only about 75,000, so you can drive through town in about 15 minutes. With that being said, we see about 6 million visitors per year. So you're definitely going to find all the big chain stores that you're used to seeing, along with some really incredible local eateries here. A little bit about the University of NAU, Northern Arizona University. We were founded in 1899. So since then, we've grown to offer 9 academic colleges and about 100 undergraduate programs. NAU student body comes from all over, with the majority of our students coming from the great state of Arizona, about 66%, but then we've also got about 34% of our students coming from out of state, representing all 50 states and countless countries. By attending NAU, you definitely get the chance to connect with students from Hawaii, California, Alaska, Montana, really all over the United States. And it's really cool to kind of make those friendships here on campus. On campus, you'll also find that about half of our students are first generation, meaning they're the first in their family to go on and get a college degree. So we've got a ton of student support for our first generation students joining us. And also about half of our students identify as students of color, with about 25% or one in 4 students being Hispanic or Latinx. We are a Hispanic serving institution with a few additional resources in place to support our Hispanic and Latinx students. You'll also find we have over 100 Native American tribes on campus and a really strong commitment to our Native American communities here with an Office of Indigenous Student Success and a beautiful Native American Cultural Center. You'll find our campus isn't too terribly big as it's just a 1.5 mile, 1.5 miles long and about a 1/2 mile wide. And we've got some great free transportation for all students on campus. A little bit about NAU's academics. We have 9 academic colleges, like I mentioned. A few of our top programs range from the sciences to the arts. Right after we're done, I will send a document that has all of our academic programs listed. But whether it is biomedical sciences for students interested in the pre-med or pre-vet program, our nursing or dental hygiene program, any of our engineering colleges, or our strong communication program, as well as our ologies and psychology, criminology, or sociology. We've got a wide range of offerings for our students with plenty of opportunities for hands-on research and internships as well. Looking a little bit at the admission requirements for our students, when students apply, we are just looking for students to report their 16 core classes. Those are all listed here. Students with a GPA unweighted of 3.0 or above are automatically admitted to NAU. Congratulations. Students with an unweighted GPA of 2.5 or above are considered for admission to NAU. So even if you're missing one or two of these classes, don't sweat it. You can definitely still be admitted to NAU. Our application opens the summer before your senior year, so it will open this July for rising seniors. We do not require ACT or SAT test scores for admission or scholarship purposes. Of course, if you have them, send them our way. We'll always use them to help you, never hurt you, but they are not required. When you apply, you will be automatically considered for some of our merit-based scholarships, which definitely help with tuition. Our tuition for out-of-state students is listed on the screen here, as well as our scholarships that you'll be automatically considered for upon applying to NAU. Students with a 3.0 to a 3.49 qualify for a President's Scholarship of $9,000 a year. And then right above that, you'll see our President's Excellence for students with a GPA of 3.5 or above. You'll see our additional costs outlined there on the left-hand side. And of course, opportunities for plenty of additional scholarships at nau.edu/scholarships. As you go through the admissions process, I'm happy to help. I know we only had a few minutes here today, but please take down my Calendly link, calendly.com/ErinMurdock, to schedule a Zoom or phone meeting with me, or reach out to me via email or phone at 928-523-7499. Again, being a former Marylander, I'm very excited to work with all of you as you do look at a college on, say, the West Coast. If you are looking to visit us, again, if you maybe swing by the Grand Canyon, anything like that, we would love to have you stop on our campus. And so we are open for tours and can schedule tours about a month out. So we would love to have you visit campus. Definitely swing by and take down my information, and please let me know how I can help. Thanks so much for having me today. And right now I will send some information in the chat for you all. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Next, we will have Arizona State University.
All right. Perfect. Hopefully you can all see my screen here. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sarah. I am the Mid-Atlantic Recruitment Coordinator at Arizona State University. I am regionally based in Virginia, Southeastern Virginia, so we're in the same time zone, which makes it a little easier. I'm super excited to share more about ASU today. So in case you're unfamiliar with our location, we are located in the Metro Phoenix area. Phoenix is actually the 5th largest city in the country, which I did not know prior to working for ASU, but it is a huge metropolitan area. Because of that, we have a huge university. We're actually spread across 4 different campus locations that you can see here on the map. I'll go a little bit more into each of those campuses on the next slide, but this is just kind of the lay of the land of the Phoenix area. Phoenix is a very exciting city to spend your college career in. Like I said, it's a big city, so you have all those resources that come with a large city area, but it is also really beautiful as well. Great place for outdoor recreational activities, hiking, biking, paddleboarding down at Tempe Town Lake. Beautiful weather as well. Average temperature throughout the year is about 75 degrees. So if you're looking to escape some of the East Coast rain and snow, this might be a good place for you. This is also a really great spot for any post-grad plans. All of the Fortune 500 companies that are located in the state of Arizona are actually in Phoenix. So there are a lot of opportunities waiting for you for internships, research, and then employment opportunities after you graduate. So these are our 4 campus locations, and the campus that you will be studying at will be dictated by your major. So I'll break down each of these. First, we have our downtown Phoenix campus, which is right smack in downtown Phoenix. So it does have that more metropolitan vibe to it. Some popular programs at the downtown campus would be our School of Journalism, Criminal Justice, Health Sciences, so majors like nursing, kinesiology, nutrition, community and public health. Those are all at our downtown Phoenix campus. The majors are based at that campus because it makes the most sense geographically. It puts you with all those resources that would really benefit those majors. So our journalism students, you have all the news stations, you have all the major sports teams there for coverage. Our health students, that's where all the hospitals are in the area. So it puts you in close proximity to those resources. The Polytechnic campus is more of our hands-on engineering campus. This is where a lot of our engineering majors are held, some business programs, but most popular are flight and aviation programs. So the Polytechnic campus is actually an old Air Force base, and we do have our own fleet of planes. So any aspiring pilots, so this is the campus that you would be studying at. Third, we have the Tempe campus, which is probably what you think of when you think of ASU. It's our largest. It has the most students, the most degree programs, all of our Division I athletics. So majors that are offered here would be things like the liberal arts and sciences, education, engineering, business, performing arts, you name it. Now, you might notice that some of these majors are offered at multiple campus locations, and this is where you as a student can kind of customize your experience. So if you are a business student but want to be at a smaller campus location, you don't have to be at Tempe that has over 52,000 students. You can choose a smaller campus like West or Polytechnic. Which brings me to our last campus, which is the West campus. Popular programs here are more of our interdisciplinary majors, also our forensic science program and our Thunderbird School of Global Management. The West campus is our smallest of the 4 campuses with just around 5,000 students. So definitely more of a liberal arts feel for our campuses. So while we are a very, very large university, we have multiple campuses, we have hundreds of degree programs, thousands of students. Something that's really important to us is helping students find their fit within the university and finding their community. So we have a lot of different ways that students can get involved on all 4 of our campus locations. We have over 1,000 student clubs and organizations, 65 religious organizations. We have student coalitions, which are going to be more identity-based groups. So things like our Black African Student Coalition, Rainbow Coalition for LGBTQ students. And then a lot of students will get involved with athletics or performing arts or even the greater campus community. Now, even if you are based at one campus, you have access to everything at any ASU location. So even if you're in journalism at the downtown Phoenix campus, you can still go to football games at Tempe. You can still join a club or organization at the West campus. So you have access to all the resources, all the organizations at any ASU location, no matter where you're studying at. We also do create community by having our first year students in residential colleges. So this means you'll be living with other students who are in your major. So if you're an engineering student, you'll be living with other engineering students, business with other business students. So this can kind of shrink down the population a little bit, help you connect with some peers who you might be in class with, or have some common interests. So really great way to create community there. So our admission criteria, pretty much similar to NAU, so I won't dig in too much of that. We do have the same assured admission policy, so if you're meeting these requirements, you are guaranteed admission into ASU. Some really great virtual visit options as well. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Like I mentioned, I'm based in Virginia, so I am your point of contact, and I'm super happy to help you through the college search process. Thank you.
Thank you. So next up, we will have SUNY Oswego.
Hello, thank you. I'm Karen Archby, and I am with SUNY Oswego. So today I'm just gonna quickly tell you all about Oswego. And aside from the 2 previous presenters being in Arizona and out west, I'm actually located in the Northeast. Even though this picture makes us look like we are in the Caribbean, we are not. We're right on Lake Ontario in Oswego, New York, which is just north of Syracuse, New York. And I'm hoping that this drone video will, good, loaded. So this is our campus. We're part of the SUNY system, which for those of you that aren't familiar with New York State, we are comprised of 64 campuses that span across New York. We range in all different programs and sizes and focuses. And so you really have a lot of options when it comes to SUNY, and our price is comparable for you, even if you're considered an out-of-state student. Oswego, though, is a campus which provides certificate programs as well as their bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. And we have close to 7,000 students, full-time undergraduate. We are a residential campus as well. So about 4,400 students do live on our campus in a pre-COVID world, I guess I should say. And we're located right on Lake Ontario, which is 45 minutes north of Syracuse. We have a mile of lakefront property. So there's a lot of living and learning going on our campus during the semesters. And we are, we have inclemental weather, so you will be, need to be prepared for snow and some cold for sure, but our students love it. So it's a really great campus to, live and learn, get to know across all of our different programs that we offer on campus as well. So with all of the student body that we have, there's a lot to get to know. Most of our students do come from New York, being that SUNY is a New York State serving public system, but we've found more and more of our students coming from all different areas due to different majors that we offer. Things like zoology, things like meteorology that we have. And so our education program has always been really well known. So it's really a beautiful place and lots of things to do and live and learn while you're on our campus. So as this video wraps up, and I should say we have about 700 acres. So we are a fairly large campus, but you can bring your car if you wanted to drive, or we have a transportation system around the campus as well. So it is very walkable, as you can see there. So on to the next, we do have a lot of programs for all of our students to choose from. And a lot of our students do come in undeclared. So you'll see we have over 100 majors and minors when you combine them all. Many of our students do double major or major and minor. It's really up to you. You just need to, decide on one thing to get started or come in undeclared. We don't review any application dependent on program. So as long as you meet our criteria for admission, which we look for about a B average student, we're SAT and ACT optional currently. So as long as you meet those requirements for admission, you're into your program right away. We have lots of faculty to meet with our students. So classroom percentages are about 17:1 student to faculty ratio. About 88% of our classes are taught with full-time faculty, and about 86% of those full-timers having their doctorate degree or their terminal degree in their field. And our college is all one location, excuse me, with one campus, a small building being located in Syracuse, New York for graduate students and adult learners. But primarily all of our classes will be here on the campus. We do have 4 schools that you're broken into, so you can choose between one of the 4. Our School of Business is AACSB accredited, which is not really found much. We're one of 5% in the entire US, actually the entire world, really, that is actually AACSB accredited. So something a little bit different for you when you're trying to, find your way, especially if you're interested in the School of Business. In terms of involvement on our campus, we have a ton. You can do research within your field, and that doesn't have to be a science-focused program. You can be doing research in education or art or communications, and you can even do your research abroad. So we have an extensive study abroad program, and one thing that's really cool about SUNY itself is that if you were an Oswego student, you can actually study with any SUNY school. So you're not just limited to our programs that we offer, and we have 80 programs in 30 countries. You can actually go with any other SUNY school. So lots of opportunities. Internships, we have over 1,100 we offer each year, but our students are constantly creating their own. 60% of our students do at least one, 30% do 2. So we have lots of opportunity to get you out there, get your feet wet, get you that experience with an industry-centric coaching model in our career services office, which is a little bit different than most campuses. And then service learning. This is where you implement and what you're learning into class, into your volunteer work, which we logged in about 44,000 hours pre-COVID. And so we're looking forward to getting back to that. So our total cost here, you'll see, it's really comparable when you're looking at schools in your state, and then you're comparing it to SUNY and SUNY Oswego especially, because our tuition is there, and then total costs with room and board are located there on the right-hand side of the 32,000. One thing that's different about Oswego than most colleges, we don't change our housing and our meal plan prices year after year on you. Whatever we're charging you your first year into campus is what we charge you each year thereafter that you're living on campus. So those costs don't go up. So it's called the Oswego Guarantee. And so it is nice for you to be able to kind of estimate your costs. And you'll see 90% of our students receive financial aid. And so we really are proud of our campus and what we can offer students that aren't even from New York in terms of cost comparison, scholarships, and locked-in pricing for your housing and your meals. And so there's our links. We are offering tours. If you're in the area at all, traveling through, please feel free to come by and come say hello, and we'll take you on tour.
Thank you. So next we have Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha Bell, and I'm an admissions counselor from Fairleigh Dickinson University. We are located in New Jersey. And sorry. We have over 100 different majors and concentrations for students to explore. We are a liberal arts university, and we are known for our businesses, natural sciences, and education programs. And we also have prestigious programs available for nursing, and our hospitality program was ranked number 6 in the world. We're very proud. You might be just looking to start out your bachelor's degree. However, FDU makes it very easy for you to start thinking about your master's degree with our combined degree options. Essentially, it allows you to get your master's degree within 5 years instead of the typical 6 years that it takes to complete. And that lets you save time and money while earning your master's degree, which lets you earn more money right out of the gate out of college. FDU takes a personal approach to education. We have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, but the number that you really want to concern yourself with is our average class size. And our average classes run from about 16 to 18 students and never typically get over about 30 students within the classroom. So what that allows you to do is really get to know your professors and fellow classmates. Your professors are going to know when you're coming to class and when you're skipping, so you definitely don't want to do that. And getting to know your classmates means that you're building up your network for when you graduate at FDU. We have 2 different campuses that are located within New Jersey. We have our metropolitan campus, which is located in Teaneck and Hackensack. We're actually located in both cities and split right down the middle by the Hackensack River. We do have a footbridge that crosses the river and connects both sides of campus, so it makes getting to class very easy. Our metropolitan campus has its own characteristics compared to our Florham campus. It's got a different personality. I like to call it the hustle bustle campus because it's located in 2 cities. We have lots of transportation nearby, so students are really able to get in and out of campus very easily. This is the campus where you're going to find our Division I sports teams as well. So if you're interested in sports scholarships, definitely check out the metropolitan campus. Our Florham campus, in comparison, is built on the Vanderbilt Tonley family estate in Madison, New Jersey. It's a very residential area. In fact, that campus is built on the Vanderbilt Tonley family estate, and which still stands and is home to a lot of our different offices and classrooms on campus. This is the campus where you'll find a smaller population, but more residential. So we have more students living on this campus. And it's also where you'll find our Division III sports teams. We're all about experiential learning at FDU, so we try to incorporate hands-on experience into the classroom from the very beginning. If you're interested in studying education, you're going to be getting hands-on experience within the classroom within your freshman year. Same thing with nursing. If you're interested in studying nursing, you're going to start your clinicals experience within sophomore year. And the purpose is we want to get your hands wet. We want you to understand how to put your classes into practice within your industry. We have different internships, mentoring, and networking opportunities, guest speakers that come to campus, so another great networking opportunity. Our career development office will work really closely with you and give you that personal attention. In fact, your career counselor is going to be familiar with the industry that you're studying, and they'll be the perfect person to prepare you for your industry. We also offer different global and study abroad opportunities. It's my favorite thing to brag about. So FDU has our 2 campuses in New Jersey, but we also have 2 campuses abroad. We have our Roxton College campus, which is located in England. Classes on this campus only run 4 days a week, so you actually get to do study abroad field trips that are university sponsored, and they've gone to places like Paris, France, Scotland. So it's a great way to explore Europe while doing study abroad in England. We also have our Vancouver campus, which is located in Canada. And what's cool about this campus is that it allows you to do a homestay option, and you can live with a family within Canada, just a couple miles outside of the campus. And it really allows you to immerse yourself in the culture there. We also have partnerships all over the world, so we'll pretty much send you wherever it's safe for you to go. And our study abroad office will work with you one-on-one to develop the perfect study abroad opportunity for you. We are very proud of our recent announcement that we lowered tuition to $32,000. It was about a 22 to 25% reduction. So we're really trying to make education as affordable as possible. So in addition to that tuition reduction, we're still offering great merit awards that range up to $24,000. And we automatically consider you for that just for applying and getting accepted into FDU. That's in addition to any other aid that you'll qualify for by filling out the FAFSA, which becomes available on October 1st of every year. Essentially, if you're a full-time student living within the United States, you're going to receive some form of scholarship or financial aid from FDU. In fact, we had over $108.8 million invested in university-sponsored scholarships and aid annually. If you're an out-of-state student, which I know a lot of you are, we have the same in-state tuition as we do out-of-state tuition, so there's no price increase. It's really easy to apply to FDU. We are available on the Common App and through our FDU application. You can fill out whichever one that is more convenient. We offer early decision on November 15th, but we're rolling admissions the rest of the year. All that we need to complete your application is your high school transcript. And if you complete your application by December 1st, you get a free application waiver, a $1,000 FDU grant, and you get considered for the maximum scholarship consideration. So definitely make sure to mark December 1st on your calendar. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is here, and I'm happy to put it in the chat as well.
Thank you. Thank you. So next up, we have Rutgers University.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Let's talk about your future at Rutgers University. All of us at Rutgers University are hoping that you will join the herd. There are 3,800 undergraduates on our campus, and 79% of the fall of 2019 freshmen lived on campus. We have 70 majors and programs to choose from with a fifth-year graduate option. Our student to faculty ratio is 10:1, and our average class size is 21. We're known for our engaged learning, and this is a requirement for graduation. 6 credits are required. People think, oh my God, how will I get 6 credits? But it turns out that our kids end up with way more than that. You can earn these credits by learning and mentoring, study abroad programs or cultural exploration, guided research and scholarship, working with some of our professors, civic and community engagement, internships and co-ops and fieldwork, arts, media, and creativity. Our students never have a problem meeting this requirement. The admission profile for Rutgers is that 26% of our students are from outside of New Jersey. I am the representative for Maryland and Virginia, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody that's involved. We have 39 states from Hawaii to Maine. We have a big international population covering 63 countries. On average, we have 900 freshmen and 250 transfer students a year. Let's talk about the admission profile. The average GPA last year was a 3.4. The SAT was an 1100 and the ACT was a 23. But wait, stop there. Rutgers has been test optional for the past 4 years. So there's no need for you to send us your SAT or your ACT unless you wanted us to see it. We are more than used to handling test optional with all of our students. Once we get your application and we read it, all right, you automatically will be considered for any scholarships and grants that we have. We have 10 full paid scholarships, and then we have scholarships that range from $20,000 to $11,000 a year based on your grades and your academic performance. These scholarships are renewable for the 4 years that you are in Rutgers. The timeline for admission, we are rolling admissions, which means you apply and within 6 weeks you'll get an answer from us. We are an early action school. Apply by November 15th, you'll hear by Christmas. The only exception to this is there is one group of students which must have one application deadline, and that's our musical theater applicants. Their deadline is November 15th. That is the only deadline for them, and that gives them enough time to do their pre-screening as well as their audition. They have many more hoops to go through in their admission process. Lifting barriers started this year, and it's a way for you to access a rider education. Just as the school before me had discussed, we've reduced our tuition down to $35,000, which was a 22% reduction starting last year. Brand new starting next year will be the Cranberry investment. We are investing in our students, and by that I mean that we are guaranteeing that once you graduate, you will either get into a graduate program or have a job within 6 months of graduating. And if not, you are welcome to come back to campus and have coaching as well as take additional coursework if necessary to help you pursue a job of your dreams. We invest in our students. The average financial aid package is $29,300. 99% of our students receive aid, most of which is grants and scholarships. And we have given out $78 million in money this year. The decision-making process is difficult, and we want to be here to help you along the way. Whenever you're looking at any of our schools, you need to consider academics, the programs, the degree, the career planning, networking. You're also interested in the environment. Does it fit me? Will I get experiences outside of the classroom? And then, of course, financial. I always say to students, this is the time you need to talk to your parents about money, long-term planning, and financial aid options. There are many ways to connect with us. Open house, which is the opportunity to actually be on campus and explore things, including financial aid. Being a Bronc for a day, which means coming to campus or doing it virtually right now, and actually spending the day with a student and in the classroom. And then, of course, you can always contact your admissions counselor, meaning me, through our admissions site via text, call, or I can set up a Zoom with all of you. Get to know us, explore us virtually, watch our virtual tour, open house, Bronc for a day, and contact your counselor. The big thing is that the governor of New Jersey has lifted some of the barriers, and now students from out of state can feel free to come and visit us. We are open for business and for tours and would love to see you. I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, we have Rutgers University.
Good evening, everyone. You may have noticed I already put my information in the chat because I'm the wrap up here. So we're going to get through this and send you on your way. So my email is here and also in the chat, but let's get started about Rutgers, what Rutgers has to offer. Rutgers is the State University of New Jersey, and we are very proud of our history. We are founded in 1766, making us the 8th oldest college in the country, as well as one of the original 9 colonial colleges. Unknown to most people, we are also the birthplace of college football. We are part of the Big Ten, which does 2 things. Number one, it gives us the athletics, but it also gives us the academics. It speaks to the caliber of our faculty, our cutting edge research, and the quality of all of our programs. We are recognized nationally, regionally, and internationally, and we have students from all 50 states and 115 countries. We're located in central New Jersey. Let's see if I can get this map up. There we go. So right in the middle of the state of New Jersey, and we have the Amtrak that goes right through New Brunswick. So it gives you access, easy access to New York City, about a 40 to 45-minute train ride, or Philadelphia, which is about 90 minutes. Also Newark Airport. So you can get around the state, get anywhere you need to go by train or by air. Our students take advantage of the proximity to our major cities and the strong job market in the area. Central New Jersey is the hub for pharmaceuticals and biotechnology. Johnson & Johnson, you've all heard of them. They are the world headquarters is located right in New Brunswick. So it gives us a huge source for research opportunities as well as employment for our students. It is literally across the street from our New Brunswick College Avenue campus. Our campus is a large footprint. So if you look at our map, all of this yellow is Rutgers University. We're over 4 square miles. It feels like home because we have 5 different campuses showing there in the yellow. And those campuses range from urban in our College Avenue campus, this little bitty guy down here, to rural, which is over here, which is our farm, gardens, and forests. And so you can choose. Each of our campuses has a slightly different vibe. These campuses house anywhere from 3,500 to 4,000 students, and they are self-contained in that they all have their own dining halls, libraries, student centers, computer labs, fitness centers. So anything you need to do, you can do on any one of the 5 campuses. You can choose to live anywhere you want. And the reason we have our friendly bus here in the middle is that's how you get around campus. Now, you can have your car on campus as a freshman, but we recommend, or actually we expect, that you'll take the bus to class. The buses run almost 24/7. So if you're bringing your car to campus, just plan to use it to get off campus or to use it nights and weekends. We admit our first year students to any of the 7 schools listed here. We have our most competitive schools are the School of Pharmacy, which is a 6-year PharmD program, our School of Nursing, which is a 4-year BSN, which also offers master's and PhD programs. Then we're looking at engineering, which has 10 different types of engineering, and our business school, which offers a 5-year MBA program, along with a Road to Wall Street program in about 6 different majors. One can transfer if you decide that engineering is not where you want to be. You can transfer to another school, or you can major and minor between schools. So you could have a major in accounting in the School of Business, as well as a minor in economics in the School of Arts and Sciences. Our School of Arts and Sciences is our largest school, as well as in terms of both majors and students. We have a 16-to-1 student faculty ratio, with nearly 70% of our classes having fewer than 30 students. So let me just get up a few crazy pictures here of our campus. So we try to make our campus seem very small. We do have 52,000 undergraduates on campus, but one of the ways we try to make it small is we offer small classes to first years and transfers that are taught by professors. This is a way to make sure that you are meeting professors as well as other students who are not necessarily in our major. No pressure on these programs. There are no exams, no tests. It's just working with students and faculty. One of the favorites of the Burn seminars is golf as an aid to your career, networking on the links. We have an over 90% retention rate for our first year students, which is far above the national average. So that says our students are not only doing well, but they are thriving. 60% of our students are doing research and going on to doing co-ops and internships. We are one of the most diverse university systems in the US. 1/3 of our students are first gen. About over 50% of our students identify as non-white. 20% of our students come from out of state. And we bring together students from many different religions, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. I mentioned before, we are a Big Ten school, so we have 24 Division I programs, and we are top ranked in field hockey, wrestling, lacrosse, and basketball. Interested applicants, let me move here, okay, should apply before December 1st. The December 1st date is the deadline if you want to be reviewed for merit-based scholarships, which go as high as $29,000 per year, and our honors college or honors programs. We also have an early admit non-binding program, which is November 1st. We use our own application or the coalition application, and we are test optional for the fall. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. I would like to invite all of our panelists to turn their cameras back on. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A before we end our session today. So the first question I want to throw out to our representatives is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We want to start with the first school that presented for the evening.
Awesome. That is a great question. So personally, I would say to just reach out and ask for help. We are all here. And as you can see, regardless of whatever school you're looking at, or if it's your high school counselor or college counselor, everyone is just really excited to help you. So definitely feel free to reach out to anyone really with any questions as you're going through the admissions process, or if you just generally have questions about college. All the time I'll get students that ask me, okay, well, tell me a little bit more about a minor or financial aid. It doesn't have to be NAU or college specific, but just those general college questions, definitely let us know because we want to help you out there.
Yeah, and I would say, I think a silver lining that has come out of the past year has been the amount of virtual opportunities that so many schools have incorporated. So whether you maybe can or cannot visit certain universities or certain schools, a lot of them are probably still giving virtual visits, virtual admission presentations, one-on-one Zoom appointments with admissions staff. So it's a really great way to explore universities, especially that are not close to you, and get us more of a sense of what that university has to offer.
I would recommend staying organized. That's my biggest thing, is just trying to keep everything straight. An Excel document can be a helpful tool, a folder if you're more of a paper person, keeping notes on your phone. So trying to keep everything straight because it's a lot to manage. So trying to keep organized is helpful.
SUNY. Fairleigh Dickinson, she's still here.
Oh, sorry. We had a little power outage, so we have connection issues. But the biggest thing that I would advise students, in addition to visiting colleges and seeing what's out there, is also just, and on top of also keeping organized, is create your a special email just for your applications, for your visits, and for your FAFSA. You want to create an email address that you can use for all of these different things so that it's easier to keep track of and communicate with your admissions counselor. It's also really important because a lot of school email domains don't allow colleges to reach out to you that way. So you might get accepted into a school, but might not be hearing from us, and that's why. So definitely create a specialized email address and check it once or twice a week to make sure you're not missing out on any communications from colleges that you're interested in.
So I would say all the advice that my colleagues have given you is great advice. So at this stage of the game, what I would say is take a breath. There is a school, you'll get into a school, so that you need to stay as calm as possible because it is a stressful process.
Okay, so here I am, my last option. What I would say is make sure the place you attend has a lot of options. Every school you saw tonight, many options. Many of us have no clue when we go off to college, and some of us are absolutely certain that we know what we want to do. Chances are both of you are going to have to look, make changes, change your mind. So don't go to a place where they're only offering that particular option, because chances are within a year or 2 years, you're going to change your mind. So keep your options open.
So true, so true. So I guess I'll put up one more question because we have a couple more minutes left to the group. And we'll actually start the other direction. So we'll start with Rutgers and go the opposite direction. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
During our homecoming, and you actually saw the picture and probably couldn't figure out what it was, we have bed races. So if you can imagine those old iron beds on wheels, we decorate them as a variety of things and we race them down College Avenue. So pretty unusual.
Ryder, you up?
Whoops. There's a lot to choose from, but I think I'm going to go with the R Factor. Years ago, there was a TV program, The X Factor. We, of course, have changed it to the R Factor. It's been written up in many guidebooks. Some great talent comes out of it and some wonderful shows that the kids get to see.
Fairleigh Dickinson.
I have to say that I'm a dog mom, so I love dogs and animals. My favorite event that happens on campus is right before finals. Our SCAPS, which is our Student Counseling Association on campus, they bring in puppies and students are able to kind of just relax and play with some puppies right before they go off and take their finals and hopefully do really well. And it's just one of my favorite events that happens on campus each year.
I would say ours, or at least mine, and I know a lot of people on my campus, is our torchlight ceremony. We're a big hockey college. We have Division III sports, but big hockey school. We have a beautiful arena that seats about 3,000 people. So the first night that all the first year students have moved in, they get a candle and they're in the arena and the lights go out, they light the candle, and then at graduation, they do the same thing. So it's kind of a bookend tradition that we host, and it really means a lot to our community.
So I think my favorite campus tradition is the painting of the A. We have a pretty big mountain just off the Tempe campus with a giant A on the top. And every year, the first week of classes, all the first year students will hike up the mountain and paint the A white together. It just kind of symbolizes a fresh start, a brand new school year. And then with competing sports games, other university schools will try and paint the A their color. So our students have to defend the A. And it's just a really fun kind of camaraderie against all the universities in Arizona.
And I'll go real quick. For us at NAU, one of my favorites is we have the running of the freshmen, which is where all of our freshmen line up at our football game before our home football game, and they actually rush the field to kind of signify the start of the season. And it's so popular, we brought it back for our seniors with the running of the seniors at our last home football game. So really fun ways to kind of start and end that athletic season.
Well, thank you so much to all of our presenters, and thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions that StriveScan's hosting, and also these recordings will be available for you to take a look at for this session and also some past sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find us at strivescan.com/PCACAC. Thank you. Bye.